Hey guys, I am just popping up our presentation. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. We'll just give everyone kind of a few minutes to hop on and then we can get rolling because I know that people can't get on until we press live. So we'll give it a few minutes to get people on. So if you guys are just hopping on, we're just giving people a few minutes to hop on. Because I know people can't actually get on until we're on, and then it's late. So we'll give everyone just a minute or two to join us. And if anyone has any questions during the presentation, you can feel free to ping Whitney or I. Whitney's having a few technical difficulties right now, but feel free to ping one of us with the questions and we'll be sure to answer them as soon as we are done at the very end. So that would be great. If you could just let us know if you have any questions, or you can use the chat box if the chat box is working for you. All right, so maybe I will just get started while we wait for Whitney to pop on. And if that would be helpful for people. So I'm going to tell you kind of a little bit about me. So my name is Jillian Kaplan, and I have been a Beachbody coach about 3.5 years now, almost. Oh, good. Whitney just got on. Okay. Whitney, do you want to take over? Because
Sure.
Okay. All right. I was just going through my intro, but I'll let you take over.
Hi. Okay. So welcome. I'm so happy you guys are all here. I'm Whitney. I have been coaching for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in January. I started because I had just gone through a divorce and bankruptcy and foreclosure and was just feeling really icky. And during all of this, I kind of lost myself. I was a single mom, and I just kind of needed to start all over. So I left everything we knew in Oregon and moved to California. And along with that move, I was like, I really need to start feeling better. I had gained probably close to 70 pounds with, just all the yuckiness going on. And I was really unhealthy. I had tried I call myself a serial dieter. I had tried literally everything, all the quick fixes and the fads, and probably wrecked my body with a lot of it. And then I was able to, when I moved, I was like, had a going away party and I went to it. And one of my friends looked incredible. Like her abs had abs. She had just like recently had a baby. And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm doing T25. And I had heard a little bit about Shaun T and some of his programs. I'd bought several of them, but they were all still in the box. And she was like, I have a coach and we do these groups and it's really helps for accountability. And so once I moved to California, I checked this coach out on Facebook and totally stalked her a little bit like we all do. And then ended up joining a group and I bought T25. At the time, I just bought the program and I really, really liked the group. I liked the support, the accountability. I was making friends. I liked how we could do it on our own time. I am not a fan of gyms. I never really knew what to do and I always felt like I was just being watched or just felt weird about it, which is totally okay if you love the gym. It just wasn't for me. And so I really liked how I could do this at home, and it was 25 minutes and I was able to check in. And I felt like it was the one thing that was working for me. And I finished the program, which I feel like I was a serial quitter before this. And so it was something that I was really proud of that I was able to finish. So I lost probably about, I think 15 to 20 pounds when I did T25. And then I did a few more challenge groups with her and then just saw what she was doing, saw some other coaches, and thought, shoot, maybe I can do this. And I really wanted to do it because I wanted to pay it forward and help other people and continue my journey. I also was really stoked about the discount because I personally had to sell stuff on eBay to get my T25, and then I wanted to try Shakeology, and I needed to sell more things. And then when I saw I could get a discount, I was like, yes. Shakeology totally changed my nutrition game. My son was born with hereditary high blood pressure, and I had just happened to take the packet into his pediatrician, and his pediatrician was like, oh my gosh, everything I was going to tell you to get from the health food store is in this. So he started drinking half a scoop of it a few times a week. I was drinking it, and I was like, we need more. I need a discount. So I joined with the P90X3 challenge pack, and which was Shakeology and P90X3, and just kind of dove all in from there. I just literally started sharing my heart, sharing my journey, good days, bad days. You know, when I'd fall off the wagon, I'd share that. And when I was doing really well, I'd share that. And I ended up losing almost 40 pounds with P90X3. So this point I was over a 60-pound loss, and I felt amazing. And of course, people were asking what the heck I was doing. And I just started, I mean, that's all I was doing, was just sharing what I was doing, and just kind of went from there. Within 11 months, I was able to leave my full-time marketing job. I had matched that income and was shocked that I was able to do that. Because honestly, I was like, if I can like help some people, make a few bucks so I can provide for my Shaco, and then maybe make some more money so my son can do extracurriculars, that'd be great. And then here I was, a full-time coach, basically working part-time hours, and it was awesome. It's definitely was, you know, work, and I worked really hard, but I was able to fit it in. You know, bathroom breaks during work, before my son got up is when I got my workout in and got my, you know, a good chunk of work done. And then when he go to bed, I do a little more at night. But I was able to fit it into my own life and my full-time schedule and still be present with my child. So, it's kind of just gone from there. So what does a Beachbody coach do? These are, you probably recognize a lot of these programs. We have several more, but these are some of our main ones. And now we have the streaming ability. So you get all of these when you join, which is amazing. It's like Netflix for fitness. And so we basically are almost like a brand rep for these products. We use them and we share how they work, what we do with them, and we go from there. So that's a huge chunk of our job, is just being a product of the product. And we'll get into that a little more. But these questions, so I prefer gym to at-home workouts. Is that okay? That's absolutely okay. Like I mentioned before, I actually have several challengers and coaches alike that stream their workouts at the gym. Because you can do it anywhere. And so they're just able to use the equipment there, and they get their workouts in there. So that's amazing. I don't have a huge network of people. Can I still do this? I had deleted my entire Facebook, pretty much, like almost everybody from it, through my divorce. And so I was starting with probably maybe 100, 200 people, many that I didn't talk to anymore. So you don't need a huge network. Like, you build slowly. We teach you how to build your network. And, you know, I've been able to build it really pretty big on both Instagram and Facebook in the last 4 years, but it's just consistency every day. So it's totally fine if you don't have a huge network. What if I don't have a Beachbody? Well, like I said, I was about 70 pounds overweight when I started. So you don't need one. I actually think, you do best when you are working on yourself with others, because that shows that you're real, and you've got, you know, that's what we do, is we work on ourselves every day. And that's what we show people. And people don't want perfect. They want real. So I think that's even better when you have something to work on. If you don't have any weight to lose, that doesn't matter either. Like, it's just showing that you're, you know, continually working on yourself, because everybody can get better. Inside and out. So that's totally important. And then, what is this all access sale? Can I get it as a new coach? Absolutely. So All access is you have the streaming capability of all of our programs, all the meal plans that go with the programs. Our Fixate cooking show that Autumn Calabrese from 2020 Fix does, including all of her workouts. We have everything from like yoga to heavy lifting, and you can get all of that. And that definitely is the best way to sign up as a new coach, because you get all of that plus Shakeology or our performance line, and which is our pre-workout, post-workout formulas. And we can go into that more later too. And you can definitely ask the coach that invited you more about that. But those, that's the best way, because then you'll have everything at your fingertips. So you can start a program, you know, finish it, and then move on to the next. And that way you can help people with all the programs. I think it's the best way to sign up, especially as a new coach. So what we do, like I said, we share with others. We're literally if you think, you know, selling, you're not going to do anything out there. Like what we're doing is we're being a friend and we're helping people. And along with that, you know, comes the selling, but, you're being their support system and you're working on yourself at the same time. So you're being a product of the product, like I had mentioned, which means you're drinking your Shakeology, you're following a doable meal plan, you're showing it's real life. Like, we're definitely not strict. This isn't a quick fix. It's a total lifestyle balance change. You know, I've been able to maintain my 70-pound weight loss, and I know Jillian's done the same and so I feel like you need to be able to show that it's real life, and that it's definitely a doable thing every day. And that's what you're showing people, and you're holding them accountable. And so you're just being their friend. We host virtual challenge groups and focus groups, and we're going to get into that a little more, but that's my very favorite part, because that not only keeps us accountable, it helps others be accountable, and you're not just selling them something and walking away. You know, not to knock other products, but you probably haven't been in like a candle challenge group. So this is, once they purchase it, we are with them every step of the way. And as long as they're showing up and doing their job, you'll be right there along with them, you know, showing them and helping them when they fall off, because you've done the same thing. You know, you're just literally working on yourself and helping them work on themselves at the same time, and just being real and being supportive. And that's really important. That's probably like 90% of what we do. It's definitely my favorite part. And then you get a 25% off discount. So that's pretty fun on everything. So like I just mentioned transformation and challenge groups, and these are before pictures of me and of Jillian, and our after pictures, which I call them progress pictures, because there's never a real after picture, I don't think. And because you're constantly working and improving, because there's always more to work on inside and out. And so challenge groups and transformation groups we have an app that you can use called, the Mind Challenge Tracker, or we have groups on Facebook as well. And it's keeping people accountable. They need to show up every day with their workouts, show their food, good or bad, like just to be held accountable. So if somebody, like in my group, we talk about like our treat meals, but if somebody maybe fell off even more at Thanksgiving, I want them to post that, because I want us to be able to help them and hold them accountable so they can get back on track. And that's what it's being about. It's not shaming or anything like that. It's literally being like, girl, I feel you. Let's do this. We're in it together. And that I run them monthly on both. I run both on the app and Facebook. And I think they're the best, not only because they've changed my life, but because I've changed, they help and change so many others as well. So find your why, and you'll hear this a lot when you sign up as a coach, what your why is. And we talk about it all the time. And this is because, yes, helping people is awesome, but on times when it gets really tough, like if you don't want to show up, like with anything, you need to dig a little deeper on what your why is, what your reason is for continuing and showing up every day. And that's not only as a challenger, but that's as a coach and being there for people, even in the tough times. So like my why was to be able, you know, for my children's future, like I had mentioned, and it has just kind of continued to grow. So I love all these on here. Have a plan B, like have a backup, have a retirement, you know, not have a daycare costs. You know, right now it would be maybe have some extra money for Christmas, for the holidays, which is still totally doable. And things like that, pay off debts, financial freedom, more balance in your life. And mine was definitely had to have a balance and to have something for me, because I felt like I was just like a mom. And that is great, but like, what was Whitney? Who was Whitney? And so to have something that was mine that I could work towards and feel really accomplished in, and it was making me a better person at the same time, because I was working myself, was really important to me. And then all the rest just kind of aligned with that. So what about being on a team? I love this part because the team is my, they become my family. My coaches and my challengers are definitely like sisters to me. And so the best part about, you know, having a team is that you have the support. We give you all the trainings you need. You don't have to already be a nutritionist. You don't need to know anything about fitness. I mean, I literally knew nothing. It baffles me sometimes when I'm like, hi, was telling people I'm a coach and I didn't even know what that meant. I did not know a lot when I signed up, except that I loved how I was feeling. So that is, we teach you everything you need to know. We have trainings, we get on and do, you know, we start you off right. We have team pages that help you, and everybody's extremely supportive and positive and meets you where you are. You know, recognition is really big in this business for challengers or coaches, and we have a lot of that. And the community and the friendships are huge, and especially for women, empowering women and being, you know, positive role models to each other, especially in this day and age, is so stinking important. And I have so many women that on my team that are like, you know, the community is the number one. It's the reason I wanted, you know, I needed the friendships and I needed the support, and we're so uplifting. And just, it's just really nice to be part of something that's positive and doing good in the world. So team's the best. And I'm going to pass it over to Jillian so she can talk about how we earn.
Hey, thanks, Whitney. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go over, Whitney went over kind of like what we do, how we do it, and I'm gonna go over the financial stuff, which is always, I guess, a little bit harder to share, but I think really important, because I think that people need to realize that what we do is a business, and it is a lucrative business. And Whitney and I are both have made well over 6 figures in our time with Beachbody. So I think that's really important to note. So I told you guys a little bit about me when we hopped on, but I'll tell you a little bit about my story. So I started about 3.5 years ago as a coach. I was a challenger first. I was a serial yo-yo dieter. I was a binge eater. I was a diet pill addict, and I was someone that could not get their weight under control for a long period of time. I grew up overweight. I didn't need to grow up overweight. Like, my parents both like tried to feed me well, and I just didn't opt to do that. I was that girl that pretended she was sick in gym class and we had to run the mile. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I was not active at all. I distinctly remember like my aunt and uncle coming to visit and being like, let's walk to breakfast. And I would like, it was like a half a mile, and I would complain and moan the entire way. I graduated high school. I'm 5'4", and I was 17 years old, and I was about 200 pounds. And that's where my like yo-yo dieting, binge eating, diet pills started. For about 10 years, I did that. And then I decided in my early 30s, I was finally going to make a change for the long term. And that's where I found Beachbody. I had actually tried P90X like 5 years prior, and I actually did really well with it. But like everything else that I had tried, I quit on it. And I decided it was, you know, it wasn't working anymore, aka I wasn't doing it anymore. So I was going to go back to diet pills and binge eating. And I I've maintained my weight loss, and forget about that. Like I've maintained my health, like being healthy. And about a year ago, I really felt like my why that Whitney talked a little bit about changed. So originally my why was just like to be healthy, fit in skinny jeans, feel good, all the reasons that people want to, have a healthy lifestyle. But I was actually out walking my dog, and I was crossing a crosswalk, and I was hit by a car full speed. And I nearly died. There was question if I would ever walk again. I had emergency brain surgery to save my life. I'm not going to get into it a lot, but I'm going to tell you that being fit saved my life. And if it didn't save my life, it definitely, if I had survived, I would not have had the recovery I had. If you look at me, you would never know, which is a good thing. I don't walk with a limp. I have no pain. I was able to get back to working out after being completely wheelchair bound for months. It was kind of one of those like miraculous stories you hear about. And now my why is to pay it forward and to help other people like realize that being fit and being healthy is so much more than skinny jeans. It's about living a healthy lifestyle. And I'm not saying everyone's going to go out and get hit by a car tomorrow, but I think it's really important to know how much being fit can save and change your life, because I am like total proof of that. So I work a full-time job. I know Whitney does this full-time, so there's definitely room for both. And I was not a mom when I started this business. I now have a 9-week-old, so I'm a new mom and someone that works full-time. So I don't think that there's any sort of, you don't have to say, oh, well, I need X amount of time to do this business, because you don't. It's as much or as little as you want to do. So your income is a direct reflection of how many people you help, which is amazing. Like Whitney touched on, we don't just sell something and walk away from someone. That's not what we do. We actually help them and help them through the process. We run these groups. We help them one-on-one. We send you meal plans. We send you ideas, support. We get a 25% commission. Actually, it's 25 minimum up to like 35, and a 25% discount on anything you want to purchase. And if you choose to build a team, you'll start to get bonuses. But there is no requirements for building a team, and there's actually no requirements for buying or selling. I know that some companies require you buy a certain amount before you get paid. We don't have that. You don't have to purchase a certain amount in order to get paid 1 month, which is really great. Almost all of us that, are successful coaches stay on Shakeology because we love the product and we love sharing it. But there's certainly not a requirement to buy or sell a certain amount, which is awesome, which is why a lot of people like Whitney join us just for the discount. So I'm going to share with you my personal income growth. And like I said, just keep in mind that I do work a full-time job. I have a 9-to-5 at a Fortune 10 company. I love what I do at both jobs, and I don't plan on leaving either Beachbody or my 9-to-5. So keep that in mind when I kind of show you this. So these are my monthly earnings. And Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. And you can see the statement of independent earnings. So this is my personal income. I think my mom bought something from me month 1 because she felt bad, but I truthfully started for the discount too. And I came very quickly to realize the opportunity. So by 2 years in, I was making what I would consider a full-time income, which is well over $1,000 a week. And this is on top of my other full-time income. So we teach things called power hours, which is really how to work your business in an hour or 2 a day, and to really help as many people as you can in that time. We teach you how to build your social media. If you want to build on social media, we teach you how to reach out to people, how to invite people properly, how to help people. If you watch Whitney and I, you'll notice we never post our link to our website and are like, buy this. We just don't do that. We have conversations with people and we find the best products for them, because our goal is not to sell someone something and hope for the best. Our goal is to sell someone something and have them get amazing results so they can feel as good as we do. So a lot of people say like, oh, I don't want to join a pyramid scheme. Well, I don't want to join a pyramid scheme either because pyramid schemes are illegal. So don't worry. But this is kind of like the biggest myth about Beachbody or network marketing is that they're pyramid schemes. So pyramid schemes is basically when you pay money to join something, you don't get any product in return, and you are never able to out earn the person that brought you into this business, which is just not the case. So you'll notice on the left is our Beachbody structure, and on the right is like a normal corporate structure. And you'll see the right is actually much more pyramid-y looking than the left. You can out earn your sponsor, you can outrank your sponsor. You don't just pay money in and not get anything in return. That's not the way Beachbody works. And we're going to talk to you about that in the next few slides. But don't worry about feeling like, oh, I'm joining a pyramid scheme, because you're not. And like I said, we don't have any minimums. We don't have any things you have to buy or have to sell to get paid. There's nothing like that. So there's no pressure to make a certain amount. You do whatever you want with the business. So you are your own boss. That leads me to the next slide. You can be a discount coach, which means you're enjoying Shakeology or Daily Sunshine or a performance line, and you're not really selling anything. You're just enjoying your discount, which a lot of people do, and can save you a good amount of money over time. You can be a part-time coach, someone that loves promoting the products, working a few hours a week, earn some extra income, maybe pay for your own products, whatever works for you. Or you can be a full-time life changer, which is someone that wants to build a team. They want to change lives. They want to create a life of freedom. So maybe that is someone that wants to leave their full-time job, like Whitney, or someone like me that just wants more freedom to travel or freedom to, pay off debt. I was able to pay off all of my debt with the exception of my mortgage with my Beachbody income, which is amazing. And I actually just bought a new car, and I was able to pay cash for it with my Beachbody income, a brand new big car with my Beachbody income. So whatever that freedom means to you, it could be freedom from your job, or it could be freedom from debt, or it could be freedom from having to worry about paying so many bills, right? It's totally up to you what you want to do with the opportunity. All right. So you're probably like, all right, I'm ready. Sign me up. How do I do this? Sweet. We're about to tell you. So you can sign up with a $40 fee, and you get all of your coach training material for that fee. If you are military, so if you're military spouse, or military veteran, that fee is waived, and you don't have our $15 a month website service fee. So the website service fee, and I'll go into that on the next slide, is like the best thing ever, because it makes sure that basically all of your back-end business stuff is taken care of, and you pay way more than 15 bucks a month for it. So you definitely want that. And even with that service fee, if you are a Shakeology drinker or Daily Sunshine drinker or Performance Line drinker, you're going to save about 20 bucks a month. So it's still worth it. But if you want this $40 fee waived and your first $15 monthly fee waived, you can sign up with a challenge pack. And Whitney talked a little bit about what a challenge pack is when she talked about the all access pack. But basically, it's our all access, which is every single program Beachbody has ever launched, plus all the new programs we're launching for a year, plus our portion fixed eating system, plus a month of either Shakeology or Daily Sunshine or the Performance Line. And that pack was $200, but it is currently on sale at least through December 30th. We don't have, or 31st, I should say. We don't have any information beyond that, for $160. Or you can get, a month of Shakeology or the Performance Line or Daily Sunshine, and a set of DVDs for between $140 and $180, depending on what program you choose. Obviously, the all access for $160 is your best bet, because it's about $6,500 in programs if you were going to buy them individually. But we know some people like DVDs, so that's still definitely an option. If you're like, yep, I want a DVD pack, we can certainly hook you up with that too. So if you sign up with one of those packs, which range between $140 and $180, and it used to be up to $200, but like I said, the all access pack is on sale for $160. That $40 fee is waived, and you don't pay that $15 a month fee your first month either. So what does that B cover and why am I paying it? So it covers all of your media promotion and brand awareness, your personal websites. You get 3 of them, your online office, your product warehousing. This is huge. We don't have to buy things and resell them. We don't have to bring stuff to parties. I've never even done a party in my life. You can certainly do them, but we're not required to do them. So we don't have to keep anything on hand. So we can spend all our time helping people and not our time shipping a bunch of stuff out, right? Our customer service, our technical support, marketing, communications, and training and success on demand. The other thing it covers, which is huge, is our credit card service fees. So if someone goes on the website and buys something with their credit card, usually the credit card company takes between like 2 and 3% of that. We don't even have to deal with that. So that's huge. Like that pays for itself right there. If you have just like a couple sales a month, that 2 to 3% is going into your paycheck and not to the credit card company. And super fun announcement for anyone that's on this call and anyone that watches this call between now and December 6th. Whitney and I are going to do a giveaway for a 3-day refresh. So anyone who joins us between now and December 6th will be entered to win a 3-day refresh, which is our like little mini 3-day cleanse. It is not a toilet cleanse. It's like just to kind of reset your system, cuts cravings. You'll lose between 3 and 5 pounds, but a lot of it is just like bloat and water weight. You're obviously not losing like fat in that time, but it helps you start your programs on the right foot. And if someone wins and they are pregnant, because it's not recommended for pregnant or nursing moms, because you don't want the detox supplements going to your baby, we can do a Daily Sunshine, which is our brand new product. We can do a kit of that instead, which is around the same value. So totally up to you if you win what you get. So I am going to open it up. Whitney, do you have anyone that asked any questions?
I don't see any questions.
Okay. I have one. Okay, someone's asking, like, what if you're already like a fitness professional? Can you still like add this to your repertoire? Do you want to answer that? You want me to?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I've had several trainers, nutritionists. In fact, one of my really good friends who's a coach is a like high up there nutritionist, and it just goes along hand in hand with it. So I've had a lot of people that have been trainers and like actually train at the gym, and they use Shakeology and our performance line kind of as a tool for something they can do when they're not with them in the gym. And then obviously like if they're gone and they don't meet up with them, they can use the workouts at home. And it's been a really nice like hand in hand thing for fitness professionals. So yeah, absolutely. It works for anybody because you make it's your business. So you make it work for you, how you want it to work. We have several gym owners too that are coaches.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it goes the other way too. Like if you know nothing, like Whitney and I, and you're like, hi, I'm really overweight and I need help, you can also be a coach. Like, honestly, it's great if someone is a fitness professional and super buff and like, you know, showing how amazing they are and how they're able to stay in shape with these programs. But it's also amazing if you're really out of shape and you like are helping people alongside you. I have people tell me all the time, I don't know, Whitney, if you feel this way, but they're like, I can never be a coach. I can't even hold myself accountable. And I'm like, hi, that was me for 10 years. I couldn't do anything. But being a coach is the only thing that has held me accountable and kept me on track because I have people depending on me to show up every day and I don't want to disappoint them. So I think that one of the best things you can do for yourself and to help other people is be real and like recognize that, you know, sometimes, you know, you eat too much stuffing, like Whitney said, you know, and we're not in our groups like to shame people for their choices. We're in the groups to help you be successful. So anything else?
I think that's everything.
All right. So get in touch with the person that invited you to this call and make sure that you figure out how to sign up so that we can get you entered for the refresh. Or like I said, we can do a Daily Sunshine giveaway if you are pregnant or nursing. and we will get you rolling. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye.
Bye.